What's up, ladies and gentlemugs? I am Pishari Coyote, and today I'll be talking about this movie that came out that was about 4 hours long. So yeah, not that long, eh? But I watched it and, I really liked it. So I wanted to talk about it to you. Can I? Do I have your permission? Oh, I don't? Okay, I guess that's the end of the video then. Psych! I'm a rebel. I do things that people don't want me to do. I think. Anyways, if you didn't know, yeah, I am a fan of DC. Just for transparency's sake, because I believe that might sway my opinion just a little bit. I'm one of them, fan of DC. But just a little bit, though. Man, all this talking is making me thirsty. I should go get a drink, yeah? Oh, now I can refresh myself with some water. I'm actually thirsty, though.
The thirstiest young woman he ever met.
Oh, you thought I was done? Nope. All right, I'm done. I'm done now. I won't do it again. I promise. No. That's it. I'm done. But yeah, I guess you could call me, a fan. Just a tiny little fan. Anyways, back to the video. So, I'm not someone who likes to nitpick things, I'm someone who likes to enjoy movies, particularly if they're DC movies. Like I said, I am a little bit of a fan, so I'm a little bit biased towards it. But the first movie, theatrical cut, was absolute dog shit. There you go. Done. That bombshell is down. Done. If you disagree with me, that's fine. That's your opinion. This is my opinion. But I did think this new Zack Snyder's cut was quite good. Now, I'm going to be honest, I didn't think it was like a masterpiece like my friend thinks. By the way, if you want to see a video with my friend talking about the Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League, that is, go over to my channel known as AA Meeting. Link will be in the description down below, where we discuss the movie in detail and talk about some of our favorite scenes and stuff like that. I do not think, like him, I do not think it's a masterpiece, but I think it's a fix to the theatrical cut and a movie that I really thoroughly enjoyed. But for the sake of remaining sort of unbiased, I am going to do a little bit of critique. So let's start off with the bad. Spoiler alert, by the way, obviously. Although I'm gonna try to not give up too much spoilers. Try is the key word there. So there are these scenes with Aquaman, and before we see that he's Aquaman, Bruce Wayne is going to these mountain area village place right next to the sea, the ocean, and he's asking around about Arthur Curry, and the people of the village are like, if you want Curry, you will need to go a bit more towards the east. Anyways, that was a shit joke. I am from the east, by the way, from Pakistan, so I'm allowed to make that joke. Anyways, yeah, he's looking for Arthur Curry, and those scenes, yeah, like, fine. He says no, whatever, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Here's where the problem begins. First off, when he walks out, he just takes off his shirt, throws it away. Again, don't really have a problem with that, because let's be honest, Momoa, who wouldn't want to see him shirtless? Which makes me focus on his eyes, and definitely not anywhere else. And he's walking out, and I'm looking at his eyes. I just want you to know that. And there's water and waves coming around him, and his long locks, and he's just... It's like one of those commercials, like one of those underwear commercials, or like one of those perfume commercials. And you're like, what am I watching? Another thing is Arthur doesn't want to be Aquaman, and Bruce Wayne is there to convince him, and he's unable to do it. And the people of the village just randomly start singing. And I'm like, what? Again, just nitpicking. Things that don't really make that much of a difference. I still enjoyed the movie. One thing that did bother me a little, though, was the fact that the mother boxes were just left unprotected. The mother boxes, we're given a backstory of what happened before, which is a good thing. But if you know what's happened before, why are the mother boxes just like that? They're just like that. Like that. So if you go to Themyscira, where the Amazons are supposedly protecting them, yes, you've got all these warriors around the mother box with the spears and all that. That's great and all, but you've got this giant hole in that building where anyone can just go in, and the box is just right there open, and it's just there, like just anyone can pick it up. Now, they have to go through those 50 or however many Amazon warriors, which is not going to be easy, but it's kind of out there. Same thing in Atlantis. It's just there, like Steppenwolf just drops in right in front of the mother box, and you're like, what? I thought this was like the highest priority security thing ever. What? He just appears like that? And then the smartest people of them all, the men, who just bury it 1 foot underground, and you're like, okay, well, that's hidden well enough, even though we know that the parademons can smell it from like 50 miles away. So the fact that the boxes were just there, like not really, I mean, protected, but not really protected. Do you know what I mean? Again, I'm nitpicking. I know that. Didn't really bother me all that much, but that is something to consider. Should be more protected. Also, with the Amazons, I mean, I don't know what the queen is doing. Like, she gets the box, and then she's there talking to the people. Like, I get it, you know, they're your warriors, and you take care of them and all that, but Steppenwolf, you know, he's here with the parademons. It's kind of urgent, you know? Let's speed it up. Let's get the mother box out of here, right? And then they do the trap thing where they hit the logs and bring the whole building down, and there she is just standing, and I'm like, why aren't you running or on your horse riding away as fast as the horse can go? Why aren't you doing that? That's Steppenwolf, you know? He's gonna stepping out of that ocean. He ain't dying in there, because the movie is 4 hours long and we were 10 minutes into the movie, right? She doesn't run away, and I'm like, what, why? Please run away. Why? He's gonna come out. Like, there's a giant hole on top of the building. He's gonna come out. Please run. Anyways, again, nitpicking. Now, one thing that I would say isn't nitpicking, and it actually is a problem with this movie, is the fact that it's 4 hours long. Now, that's a commitment, man. It's gonna take me less time to record, edit, render, upload, and then the YouTube shitty processing time in that time while I make a thumbnail for the video and make the tags and description and titles and all that, to the moment I hit publish and the video goes live. It probably will take me less than 4 hours to do all of that in the time that I get to watch this movie. That is a real issue with this movie, though that's not nitpicking. But the rest, like I said, small little details, doesn't really matter now, does it? Now let's get to the good things. I love the opening scene of the movie, that other video that I mentioned earlier over on AA Meeting channel. I said that was one of my favorite scenes. I stand by that. I love that scene, the opening scene where Superman is dying. It's pretty much a continuation of what happened in BVS, and you get a little bit of a recap. You see Superman in agony, and then they take it a bit further. You see the whole city on fire. Right away, it sets the mood. You know what's going on. You know it's not a kid's movie. It's horrific, that scene. The city's burning down. It's dark. Colors are not bright like they were in the other scene where Superman is being asked by kids, what does the S mean? It's very different. I loved it. I was like, all right, yes, let's go. Right away, right from the get-go, I knew this movie is not going to be crap like the theatrical cut. And in that scene, they explain why the mother boxes wake up. Now, it's also later explained in words, but in that moment, they show you why the mother boxes wake up with the screams of Kal-El or Clark Kent or Superman, you know, waking the mother box up through the city. You get to see Cyborg. You get to see pretty much everyone. You get to see Atlantis, Themyscira. You get to see Lois, Batman, Superman. Who am I missing? Wonder Woman. Got him. Yes. Pretty much see all the members in that opening scene. So it's just a really wholesome, beautiful, meaningful scene, a scene with substance, a scene that sets up the rest of the movie, whereas the opening scene of the theatrical cut was just crap. I mean, you can take that scene out, throw it into the trash bin, which I think they should have done, and you still get the same exact movie, right? Nothing changes. Another thing I loved about this movie was character development. We got to see some of these characters and their background stories. Flash, in particular, was an idiot in the theatrical cut. He was cringy, and I've just come to realize anyone who uses the word cringy is cringy himself. But yeah, in this one, you get a bit of a plot. You get, his dark background. Pretty much every superhero, by the way, has a dark background and a difficult childhood getting up. You get to see his relationship with his father, and you get to see that he's not an idiot. He's someone who understands how things work and more importantly, how his powers work. He doesn't fully understand it, but he has some idea of he says this one line, if I go faster than or close to the speed of light, weird things happen. That line alone shows that he's just not an idiot like he was in the original movie. And also, he is the most important part to the plot. I mean, if you've seen the final scene, well, then you know it ain't possible without Flash. Oh, okay, different movie, but who cares? Now we move on to Cyborg again, character development right there. He was pretty much the heart of the movie. I mean, that's how he was advertised by Zack Snyder before the movie came out and we got to see it. And it made sense as well because his connection to the mother box is probably closer and more important than any of the other superheroes. And so that's why it makes sense that he is the centerpiece of this movie. Again, we get to see a little bit of his background, the dark past that he's had, and the decision that his father made and why his father made that decision. His relationship with his father develops as well. And again, he's a real character with a story, with a purpose. Now we move on to the villains, the big baddie, Steppenwolf. First off, his armor, live, breathing, living, automated, whatever you want to call it, armor, where the things are going up and down. He looks horrific. He looks fantastic. He looks like the way he should look. And I love that about him. Again, character development. Yes, he's the big baddie, but we need a bit of story about him. And we get that story. We get the story of Darkseid. We get a bit of, the reason why he's so obsessed with Earth. We get a bit of background about Steppenwolf and why he's doing what he's doing. And Steppenwolf, again, verbally explains why the mother boxes woke up, which we saw in the opening scene, but now there's a verbal confirmation of, okay, this is why it happened. And, Darkseid, like I said, we get a story, a background story. He previously fails, he's defeated by men, Atlanteans, Amazons, and all of them, gods, and everyone coming together and defending this Earth, and why he's so obsessed with it. Now, I did find it a little odd, again, nitpicking, but I didn't really care all that much. It's only nitpicking. When they show the battle, the first battle, when Darkseid comes, well, he ain't wearing any armor, particularly in his chest area, because you can see the whole Omega symbol. And you're like, you're going to war with 4 different factions. Who's gonna ruin your shit, if I might be frank? Put a chest plate on at least, mate. Come on. You're just one tap at this point. And it proved to be that guy puts that axe through his shoulder and he's donezo. He literally is one tap. Again, nitpicking. Let's move back to the good stuff. Superman Kal-El comes back. I hope you knew that. I mean, that was in the original cut of the movie, the otherwise known as the Joss Whedon cut. The theatrical cut also has Superman coming back. But in this one, he's wearing black costume, which is fantastic. I love it. I mean, yeah, I love it. Also, they removed that scene with Superman. Do you bleed? Again, cringe. Oh, man, I'm having to realize something during this video. Wonder Woman, fantastic. She was great in the first one too, but she's just a badass. She has good dialogues. The meeting with Bruce Wayne and the whole explanation. Alfred, by the way, I just remembered. Alfred is he gets a few scenes in there as well. He's pretty much part of the movie as well, which is fantastic because I love Alfred, man. But back to Wonder Woman. Her fight scenes were changed a little, and she looks like a bad ass. They fast forwarded her fight scenes, and it looks so badass. It looks so good, man. It's ridiculous. You really get to see her speed and her powers. Aquaman, my man. Oh, and Batman. So yeah, he plays a very important role. The Dark Knight, Bruce Wayne, the billionaire playboy, plays a very important role in recruiting all these superheroes and building the Justice League. But once the Justice League is built, well, they're like, bye-bye, we don't need you. Because at every turn, they leave him behind because he doesn't really have any superpowers, so he can't like run fast like Flash or fly like, Kal-El. So he always gets left behind. I feel bad for him, bless him.
I'm rich.
But yeah, he's a very important role. His scene with Barry Allen when they first meet. Again, like I said, a lot of the cringe has been removed. Boy, I just said cringe again. Wow. Scene at the end with Joker, Batman v Joker. I mean, we all love to see that. I mean, even this shirt has Batman logo with the Joker on it. So, I'm a bit biased there. So yeah, I like that sequence. Now, this might be a massive spoiler. So if you don't want to hear it, I'll put, the timestamp to avoid it. But here we go. That scene with Martha and Lois is, man, it's different, isn't it? Because in the theatrical cut, well, this happens.
The thirstiest young woman he ever met.
In this cut, you get so much more. Because not only do you find out that Martha isn't Martha, she's a general, a man, by the way. But then you also find out at the same time that that general isn't really a general. And it's Martian the Manhunter. Yeah, that scene was very good. I was blown away by it. We also got the nightmare sequence, which was something that was referred to a little bit in BVS as well. So we got a bit more about that as well. We got the epilogue at the end with the Joker and with Deathstroke and, all the other Mirai and all the other people there, and Superman in the black suit with the red eyes coming towards him. We find out Harley died. That's kind of sad because I really like Harley. But we're getting Suicide Squad 2, I don't know. They're not calling it 2, but whatever they're calling it, the new Suicide Squad. How about that? Anyways, we're back. No more spoilers. So yeah, that's all I think about the movie. I mean, overall, I thought it was a very good movie, an entertaining movie. My biggest problem with it was the fact that it was very big. 4 hours long, cut it down a little. Make it into 2 movies or 3 movies. But if you had to put it in one movie, it makes sense to be 4 hours because we saw it cut down before this, the theatrical cut, and I would give a crap out of 10 to that theatrical cut. That's how bad I think that was. This one, you know what? I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10. I think it was a pretty decent movie. If it was shorter, I would even give it like an 8.5 out of 10. But yeah, I would recommend it. Definitely go see it, especially if you're a DC fan. And I hope, oh God, they restore the Snyder verse, because that Whedon verse sucks balls. Superman balls, okay? Anyways, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, do check out my other channels, drop a like and all that good stuff. And what am I doing, man? Anyways, I'll see you next time. Until then, have a nice